So we are back with another episode of upcoming mods. If you guys don't know, this is basically the overflow series when there's so many new releases in a week that I have to include some of the mods that may have been in Mods Weekly in this secondary video that I'm uploading on Monday. I mean, yeah, that about covers it. So kicking things off, we do have the Ruger AC556F. This is a gun that's really similar to an M14 or a Mini 14 or something like that. It's one of those kind of medium range, probably meant to be a semi-automatic rifle, but it does have a fully automatic capability. It's pretty cool. It definitely has some flaws in Fallout 4. The textures are a little glossy and all that. Some of the things aren't of the highest quality, but it definitely is usable. And honestly, this is a ton of fun to use. Quick disclaimer, I'm pretty biased to things like this. I love weapon mods of this style. It's probably my favorite category of guns in Fallout 4, so having more of them always kind of tickles my heart in a nice way. But either way, even though this does have some of its shortcomings, the sounds, the animations are really funny. There's that kind of middle finger flip up. That's only one of the set of animations. You could have the animations without that also if you'd like it. And the sounds, again, really do sound really nice and crisp. They are pretty much of the highest quality, as well as those animations do look really nice and fluid. Hopefully in the future this does get some updates to its textures, but right now, without a doubt, is a very usable weapon, and honestly one you could have a ton of fun with. Then we do a Project Clean Commonwealth. What this is going to do is clean up Diamond City. There's been a few mods aiming to do this in the past, and some of them have been successful. The reason I kind of like this mod is it kind of maintains Diamond City's original aesthetic. There are definitely some new objects and floorings added in, as you could see by the video, but it's things that I think will make a lot of sense to appear in Diamond City. Some of the other mods out there added in concrete and changed around a lot about the city, while this one is really only kind of getting rid of the junk, as you would kind of expect to happen after people inhabit this place for hundreds of years. But even beyond that, I feel like it's more of just a simple facelift rather than trying to overhaul or renovate the city itself. Again, this is not going to be for everyone. Obviously, people like this, some people will hate this, but fortunately now you do have a few options out there. I definitely think this is one of the better options out of the bunch, or hey, maybe you just like the vanilla option. So we do have South of the Sea. This is a pretty interesting mod. Basically, what it's aiming to do is actually overhaul the glowing sea, adding in a ton of new explorable locations, both underground and basically just surface level things that you'll encounter as you explore. I don't want to spoil too much because with these new land mods, some people are going to watch this and want to just go download this mod and walk through the glowing sea, and I actually really recommend you do that. Just note that a lot of this stuff is added into the front end of the glowing sea. If you get deep into the glowing sea, there's not really a ton of new content added. The mod post also details a lot of what's going on here. There's things like a vault, a ton of surface level things, new spawns for certain enemies, so you could find like a new Deathclaw nest and things like that. And there really is quite a bit of fun to have with this mod. There's quite a few interesting and unique new locations added in, and it really just kind of almost gives a little bit more attention to the glowing sea. It kind of adds in things that should have almost been there by default, but maybe Bethesda didn't really have enough time or money to actually add those in, or just didn't want to. It's very lore friendly, and for that reason I would recommend almost anyone downloading this because it simply adds in more content. So we do have the Chinese pistol animations by War Daddy. If you guys don't know, the Mauser pistol released about a year ago now, and it basically shipped with not the best animations. For a lot of people, not having the top-notch animations really makes the gun unusable because, you know, you reload these guns a lot in Fallout 4, and it becomes very frustrating to see things that aren't the highest quality when a lot of the other weapon mods are of the highest quality. That contrast really makes it stand out. Well, fortunately, War Daddy has brought to the table two new sets of animations. I'm using the Assault one here. The other ones are very similar, but slightly different, and I really feel like it makes the gun usable. This gun is a ton of fun to use. The sounds and all the other aspects of it are pretty top notch. It has almost everything you'd want from a weapon like this, and before it didn't have animations, but now it does. I feel like new animation sets are almost like getting a new weapon mod. It really just revitalizes them and makes them usable yet again. So this one's actually a pretty cool mod. DogMeat and Strong Armor by Tumbajamba and MunkySpunk is basically going to add in, as you could guess, two new sets of armor. One of those is going to be for DogMeat, and one of those is going to be for Strong. I really like what they did with this. Basically, you have a short mini quest where you're going to discover there's kind of a dog fighting ring, and you have to, well, kill the people involved with it, and then thus you can get the armor. So the Strong Armor is a fairly standard armor. You put it on Strong. There's a few modification options. You could have a light or a heavy version. There's a medium one in there too, and all that's going to really do is kind of remove certain aspects of it, similar to what goes on with the combat armor. The same options are available for the DogMeat armor, but there's actually a lot more also. You can have different accessories. This is toggleable, so I'm using the full accessory pack here. You could also have ones just on the sides, just on the front, or no accessories at all. And there are a ton of customization options as far as color goes. You could have like 8 or 9 different textures on this thing, and there's definitely a nice variety. If you can't tell, the DogMeat armor is basically a dogmeatized combat armor from vanilla Fallout 4, so you yourself can wear the standard combat armor, and DogMeat can rep that. DogMeat one, you'll be the the best pack ever. It's a really cool mod, definitely is high quality. Again, I love the addition of that mini quest. I feel like it really just made this mod noticeably more memorable and higher quality, as well as the two armors themselves are very top notch. I think the DogMeat armor is going to be one a lot of you guys really enjoy using. It's pretty cool seeing something you're so familiar with, the combat armor, being converted to work with DogMeat. One thing I know a lot of people are going to want though is the strong armor to be able to be used on their own character. You actually can only apply that to strong right now, despite it being a fairly cool armor. Yeah, definitely a high quality mod. I'm actually kind of surprised this isn't getting as much attention as it kind of deserves. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. A quick one. I try to be concise and kind of just give you what these mods are all about. So hopefully you'll find out pretty instantly if you want to download them or not. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you all next time. Later.